Dirtle Magic. Hello and welcome back. You can follow our post on Twitter and Facebook at DirtleMTG to stay up to date on our latest videos and other posts, and you can join a more robust discussion about Casual Commander at our blog, TheDiceBag.blog. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this content to help the channel and the blog grow. Another way you can support the channel, though, is through our affiliate links in the description below. If you're looking for single sealed product or gaming accessories to protect all of that glory, please consider clicking the links in the description. Now, grab some spells, it's time to dirtle. Hello and welcome back to Dirtle Magic. Today we're playing some more Olag and Ludevic. Looking at our opening hand, we have lands and a few things to get going. A little bit of card draw off the Infiltrator. I think we can keep this for now. Let's go ahead and do so. Our command to the front side is blue-black for legendary 2/3 human wizard. When enters the battlefield or attacks, mill a card. X blue-blue-black-black. Exile X creature cards from your graveyard. Transform this. X cannot be 0, and you can only use this as a sorcery. The backside is a legendary zombie creature 4/4. As this creature transforms into Olag, Ludevic's Hubris, it becomes a copy of a creature card exiled with it, except its name is Olag, Ludevic's Hubris. It's a 4/4, and it's a legendary blue and black zombie in addition to desired types and colors. Put a number of 1/1 counters on it equal to the number of creature cards exiled with it. Our first opponent with a Razor Tide Bridge into play. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense because that commander is Breya, Ethereum Sculptor. Non-green or white, blue, black, red for legendary 4/4, legendary artifact creature human. Whereas the battlefield, you get 2 1/1 blue Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying, and 2 mana of any color. Sacrifice 2 artifacts, choose 1. This deals 3 damage to target player or planeswalker. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn, or you gain 5 life. We are third, rolling on over to us. Let's play the Sunken Ruins and pass it off. Our second opponent with Sulphurous Mire into play is Extus, Auric Overlord, or Awaken the Blood Avatar. The front side is 1 white, black for legendary 2/4 human warlock. Double strike. Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy an instant sorcery spell, return target non-legendary creature card from your graveyard to your hand. The backside is Awaken the Blood Avatar, 6 black-red for a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This spell costs 2 less to cast this way for each creature sacrificed this way. Each opponent sacrifices a creature, create a 3/6 black and red avatar creature token with haste, and whenever this creature attacks, it deals 3 damage to each opponent. Over to Breya with an island into play. But our last opponent with a snow-covered island into play and a Frost Augur, decent card, is Narfi Betrayer King. 3 blue-black for a legendary snow creature zombie wizard 4/3. Other snow and zombie creatures you control get 1/1. Snow mana, snow mana, snow mana. That's a lot of words. Return Narfi Betrayer King from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Over to Extus, we have a Cycling of Desert Pterodon. Hey, I remember this kind of deck. Don't know if it's the same player though. In either case, looks like we have like 2 value games going on and 2 like combo games potentially, so we'll have to be careful. Canyon Sloth into play for the Extus player, rolling on over to us. We get Whispering Spectre. Let's put down a Swamp, go ahead and filter for the blue-black, and get our commander down. We get to mill 1 card, hopefully it's something useful and nifty. It's on, that's alright. Let's go ahead and pass it off. So I don't know if you saw the first video where we didn't get to do too much. There is some Infect in the deck because our commander can flip over into Olag and become a 5-something Infect commander, essentially making it 2-hit, and all the Infect creatures do have some kind of evasion. It's not an Infect deck, but I think it's a decent way to win, especially against somebody who gains a lot of life. To Narfi's turn, Snow-Covered Swamp into play, tapping down some mana for Pilfering Hawk. Let's see if they attack anywhere. They do. It's off into Breya. Yeah, it makes sense early in the game. Breya takes 1, down to 39. Breya's turn, Vault of Whispers hits the battlefield. It's Inspiring Statuary. Non-artifact spells you cast have Improvise. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty bad if they get a lot of stuff down. Over to Extus' turn. It's Orzhov Signet. Isolated Chapel also into play. Looks like they'll be casting or cycling something else. It's Ingius Pouncer, Swamp Cycling for 2. Used to run those in my Niv Reborn deck. Did eventually take them out because the creatures themselves weren't too good. I do wish that they would make the enemy colored basic land cycling cycle, or at least make up that cycle. We have the allied one with Migratory Route, Sylvan Reclamation, stuff like that. We need the enemy colored one. Was hoping for it in Strixhaven, didn't happen. To our turn, Night Veil Predator. Do we have any discard effects? Because I'm getting like all the stuff I actually want to put into the graveyard. But in the meantime, Island into play. Let's go ahead and do Shadow Mage Infiltrator. And we'll go ahead and attack Breya this time. Probably move over to Extus. I am worried about them. If you saw, again, that last video we faced them in, it was, should have been more aggressive with them for sure. We get a trigger, get to mill 1 card. Hits a swamp. And they take the damage up to 2 commander, down to 37 for Breya, passing it off. Over to Narfi, we have a pathway into play. Sorry, Palaka Caverns, my mistake. We also have an activation for the Frost Augur. Let's see if they reveal a snow card. They do not. They draw a card, then discard, so at least we get another idea of what's in the deck. Looks like it's going to be mostly a snow deck. I mean, it could be zombies. Blue-black zombies are definitely a thing, especially these days. Easy prey to the graveyard. To Breya's turn, 7 cards in hand. I imagine they'll have a red source to summon Breya, and then the shenanigans can begin. I do hope they redo the Nephilim at some point. Your Tiller is probably my favorite as far as like an aggro reanimator. I could do Alessia, I could do Marchesa of the Black Rose, but I'd much rather do Your Tiller. Ichor Wellspring into play for them. They get to draw a card. Rebec, Architect of Ascension. Let's go and spread some protections around. That's not good. Hopefully we'll draw some removal soon. We are at least getting a lot of our creatures this time around. I did say about the last video that we didn't see too many. So I guess tradesies? But we still need some removal. Extus' turn. Lots of mana tapping down. Let's see what they're going to do. Could be Extus. It is the Auric Overlord coming to grace the battlefield with his Malevolence. To our turn, we get Watery Grave. Let's play... Yeah, I guess we'll get that out of the way and keep it untapped. And then let's go ahead and go for the Night Veil Predator. I do like to have the option of having something on defense. And Death Touch, Hexproof, and Flying will do that nicely. We'll go do attacks. Let's go ahead and do Ludevic at Narfi and the Shadow Mage Infiltrator at Breya. We get a mill trigger. It's Prognostic Sphinx. That's not too bad. Also has that discard outlet for the rest of our hand. Damage is good all around. Shadow Mage Infiltrator triggers for the first time this game. Let's draw a card. We get an island. That's alright. Let's pass it off. 36 for the Breya player. 2 commander damage on Narfi, down to 38. Narfi's turn sees Archfiend's Vessel come down, so that's a human cleric, not a zombie. It's a 1/1 with lifelink, and it says, whenever it enters the battlefield, if it entered from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, exile it. If you do, create a demon. Narfi's on the attack. It'll be 1 off into Extus. Yeah, it makes sense. Don't leave them unscathed. 1 damage is good against Extus. They are down to 39. Breya's turn. We have another land into play. And a Felwar Stone. Extus is using red, so that works out for them. No red source otherwise. Jorah Weatherlight Captain coming down. Oh boy, that's not good. Not at all. Alright, so yeah, Breya off to a pretty good start. Basically, we'll be able to replace their entire hand every time they cast something. Let's see if they attack anywhere. I will trade with Rebec all day. Okay, no attacks. On Extus' turn, we have Battle Display. Destroy target artifact. Okay. Yeah, they should be able to do it. It does not have protection from mana value 1. And the artifact goes down. I did not see if Extus returned anything. I'm pretty sure they only cycled the Pouncer. Oh, right, Desert Ceradon. So they'll cycle it again. Extus is on the attack. It's against Breya as well. Yeah, I think everyone's just about recognizing what kind of threat Breya currently is. Second main phase sees a Mana Crypt. The Breya player is down to 32 and up to 4 commander damage from Extus. Emperor's Shieldbreaker coming down to the battlefield out of exile. Rolls over to us. We get a Stinky Imp. Let's go ahead, do an island. And then I think we'll get the Prognostic Sphinx out just so we can get a few things into our graveyard. I do want to do Demonic Embrace next turn on the Shadow Mage Infiltrator though. Olag becomes a Sphinx. Let's go to attacks. Let's send the Infiltrator over at Extus, but we'll send the Sphinx over, of course, at Breya. We have an attack trigger. We get to scry 3. Let's see. We don't really need too many more lands at the moment. Meteor Golem could be really good later, though. So let's keep that on top and put the rest on the bomb for now. Damage is good. Up to 7 commander damage on Breya, down to 27. Extus down to 38, and we get to draw a card. And it's the Meteor Golem. We'll pass it off there. Next turn to land, probably get down the Demonic Embrace like I said, discard the Stinkweed Imp in case we need to protect our commander. Seems like a good proposition. To Narfi's turn, quick to tap older man, Darga Recruiter. Boast, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. There was that rare version of one where if something died you could exile it and then cast it later. I do really much enjoy that card. Okay, over to Breya's turn. Narfi not doing too much besides building a board of, frankly, no rare creatures or cards, really. So I wonder what Narfi's kind of up to. Breya, of course, being somewhat dangerous and easily targeted down at this point. Extus, of course, we'll have to be wary of. Breya's turn sees the sad robot come down. Joyra will trigger for the first time this game. They will get to draw a card. Yeah, Joyra is a very simple, elegant design that unfortunately might be a little overpowered just because of that alone. Like I said before, I do hate seeing it in Reaper King, and that's usually where I see it because my wife has a Reaper King deck, and it usually means I'm going to die soon. Talisman of Hierarchy also coming down. Love the art on that card, by the way. In either case, Joyra triggers again. 2x this is turn. Mana Crypt triggers for the first time this game. Let's see if they get the bonk. They do not. They win the flip. They remain at 38. Let's see what they do at the turn. Swamp into play so far. A Snare Tactician. Whenever you cycle a card, tap target creature and opponent controls. That's some pretty good control right there. Extus just passes it off after that. Cycling is not the strongest strategy ever, but it meets like a critical mass, and then it's like, oh crap, I didn't realize that was happening. We get a Swamp for the turn. Let's play a Swamp. Let's do Demonic Embrace on the Shadow Mage Infiltrator. We could also do it on Ludevic. Actually, that might be better because we also have a way to protect it, so let's go there instead. And we'll go to combat. Off into Breya again, see how that goes, and Infiltrator off into Narfi just because they haven't really been hit. Let's go ahead and scry. Ooh, Blackblade Reforged, Swamp, Moonlight Bargain. Let's go ahead and put the Moonlight Bargain on top first. Then the Swamp, and then the Blackblade so we can draw it. Okay, we have an Intercept. Forgot about the Fear. Not quite what I was looking for there, but we do not get to draw the card. Sad face. And our Shadow Mage Infiltrator goes down. Whoops. Alright. Well, damage is good against Breya, up to 15, down to 19. Let's go ahead and could do Stinkweed Imp. Looks like we're doing pretty good on the creature so far, and we can discard what we draw. So let's go ahead and put it onto the battlefield. Another semi-death touch flyer for defense is always kind of good. To Narfi's turn, Avalanche Caller coming down. They can now animate their snow lands. No attacks out of Narfi, works for me. They are getting slightly big board over there. It does have me a little bit worried. To Breya's turn. Hopefully they're not immediately going to combo off or something. Breya Ethereum Shaper coming down for that player. Joyra, of course, will trigger. Kadoltha Forge Master. Yep, that's a piece. No attacks at Breya. Looks like they are passing it off. At the end step, though, we have a response from Extus. That's a lot of mana tapping. Decree of Justice. When it's cycled, what do we get? We also get to tap a creature. When you cycle Decree of Justice, you may pay X. If you do, create X 1/1 White Soldier creature tokens. They'll tap the Kadoltha Forge Master. Nice. 2 Extus's turn proper. Mana Crypt, of course, triggers again. Well, let's see if they win or lose the flip. Flame Jab out Extus. 1 damage to any target. It is a Thopter. We have a response on Narfi. It's Negate onto the Flame Jab. Okay, not entirely sure why that's there, but I guess to slow us down perhaps. We have a cycling of Desert Ceradon. They did get it back with the trigger from Extus on the Flame Jab. Snare Tactic. They're going to tap down something. It'll be Breya. Flame Jab gets a retrace. That's to another Thopter. Ingius Pouncer coming back to Extus's hand as well. I remember being impressed with the last cycling deck as well. Definitely something to consider building. Ingius Pouncer getting the cycle. They're going to tap the other Thopter. Okay. Soldiers on the attack. They're all off into Breya. Oh, also the Shield Mate off into Breya as well. Extus making it really, really tempting to attack Breya. And I think that's what they're going for. They can't necessarily handle Breya, but we get one more turn where we can. And I think that's what's happening here. The problem with Breya, of course, is do we take them out? That's the issue I have. Looks like Extus has a response to their blocks. It's Void Beckoner on the cycle. When it cycles, you gotta put a Death Touch counter on a target creature you control. They select the Shield Breaker. Shield Breaker goes down, so does Rebec. The Breya player is down to 18 life. Next turn, we swing for 8 with our commander. We can kill them, knock them out of the game. Then, I don't know who we would turn our attention to. Probably Extus? Oh, Fluctuator. Yeah, probably Extus. We get the Blackblade Reforged. Let's go Island. Let's go straight to attacks. I don't want Extus tapping down our commander. Go ahead, attempt to take Breya out of the game. We can discard for the hexproof, so it's not too bad. We do get to scry 3. Let's put Swamp on top, Moonlight Bargain on top, and Mortuary Mire on the bottom. Potentially could be a bad choice, but we'll see how things go. And Breya goes down with 23 commander damage. Breya was saying they weren't a threat most of the game, which is true, but the problem with Breya and using Breya is the potential for you to immediately become a threat. So, threat assessment is what it is. Let's just pass it off for now. To Narfi's turn, Lityara Kinseekers. It's a changeling. They get to scry 1 and put a 1/1 counter on it because they control more than 3 of one creature type. Over to Extus' turn, Mana Crypt does the triggering like it does. Oh, Narfi quits the game. That's not good. Did forget, I was just about to say, I forgot to play Meteor Golem in the second main last turn, and it might come back to bite me real hard right now with that Fluctuator on the battlefield. Conversely, if they play Astral Slide, or whatever the other one is, we can destroy that, and that might be better for us, but we'll see how things go. We can protect our commander. If we can get down the Blackblade Reforged, that could be good. Unpredictable Cyclone. When a cycling ability of another non-land card would cause you to draw a card, instead exile cards on the top of your library until you exile card shares a card type with it. Can pay it without paying its mana cost. I do like polymorph effects, but that's going to make things a little bit difficult. Explore the Vast Lands. Each player looks at the top 5 cards of the library and may reveal a land card. Oop, pardon me, Extus. May reveal a land card and/or an instant sorcery card from among them. The player puts the cards this way revealed into their hand. The rest on the bottom of their library. Each player gains 3 life. Steelhook Guide or Liquid Metal Torque would have been fantastic to have, unfortunately for us. Let's go ahead and do Moonlight Bargain. We'll also take the Swamp. So they reveal a Swamp and Demonic Collusion. They can discard 2 cards to buy it back. Search your library for a card, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Yeah, tutors aren't the best. On the bright side, they don't have enough mana yet for it, so that's nice. Extus on the attack. Let's see, it does have double strike. We could kill it here with the Night Veil Predator, so let's go ahead and do that on the block. We have a response. The more mana they tap down, the better. Void Beckoner back in the hand, that's what they got back. It'll have Death Touch, killing our Night Veil Spectre. And they'll tap down our Stinkweed Imp. Ooh, Giant Killer. Nice. They're looking to kill our commander. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and activate its ability to discard a card and give it hexproof. We'll discard Ukima. I don't really see that helping us out right now. Our Night Veil Predator goes down. Bit of a sad face. To our turn, we get an island. Let's play a Swamp. And then let's go for Meteor Golem, see if they have anything to do about it. We'll destroy the Fluctuator. We have Void Beckoner cycling again. They're going to attempt to tap our commander. If we discard a card to protect it, it won't matter because it taps as part of the discard. So we'll just let that go for now. Twisted A-Bomb to the Exile Zone. They are going to cast Twisted A-Bomb for free. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and pass it off here. They are still at 3 cards in hand. We did destroy the Fluctuator, so I think we're in an okay position. We could take some damage the next turn. It's not going to be too bad. Extus' turn, the Crypt. So far, they've won every flip on the Crypt. Let's see if they lose it this time. No, they don't. They win again. We have an attack. Everything in dust except the Snare Tactician. Let's go ahead and block the Twisted A-Bomb with the Meteor Golem, and the rest of it we'll let through. We'll be taking 4 commander and 1 regular. Twisted A-Bomb gets regenerated. Second main, we have a Spellpire Phoenix. They get to return an instant or a sorcery card with cycling from their graveyard to their hand. It's going to be the Decree. I imagine we're going to be seeing a lot of angels. To our turn, we get another island. That's not good. Let's play Moonlight Bargain. Definitely need to draw some cards. Our 5 cards are these 4: Muldrifter, Echoing Truth, Morphic Pool, Skitherix, and Pilgrim's Eye, which I already discarded. We will also discard the Morphic Pool and keep the rest. Echoing Truth may be very good against some angels. Alright, let's go to attacks. I imagine they'll cycle something, tap down our commander again. No reason to really do anything with the hexproof once again. And there's Decree of Justice coming down. It's on cycling though, so a bunch of soldiers perhaps. Nope, just 1. Okay, that works out. Ooh, Akroma's Vengeance. Ooh, they do not cast it. Alright, that works for me. Less death. And we'll just move it along to the next turn. Echoing Truth, less than handy, but I can get the fires out of the way and potentially get rid of the Snare Tactician for a while. Extus on the attack with everything except the token and the Snare Tactician. Death Touch token, of course, coming at us. Let's go ahead and block the Phoenix. It can more or less easily come back, but we'll see how things go. We are down to 20. Update Commander. Stinkweed Imp will trigger at end of combat, getting rid of the Phoenix for us. Alright, let's see what they might cycle. Flame Jab, 1 damage to us. They'll return the Phoenix to their hand. We'll Echoing Truth the Snare Tactician. Snare Tactician coming back down. Demonic Collusion. Okay. It is cast with buyback. They discarded 2 cards. Garner the Blood Flame and the Selfless Glyph Weaver. Okay, that's it for Extus. Still has mana up for a cycling ability. Not our favorite. Let's go ahead and draw for the turn. No dredge. Mystic Sanctuary. Get back Moonlight Bargain could be cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Always need more options. Then let's give them a harder choice by playing Skitherix. And we'll give it haste till end of turn. And go to attacks. We have a cycling. It's Desert Ceradon tapping down Skitherix. It's Psychosis Crawler. That's going to be dangerous. And then we have cycling on Cast Out. We get tapped down again. Oh no, it's Astral Drift. That's what I was afraid of. Because they can target any creature we have and blink it out of existence. Alright, let's evoke a Muldrifter. Don't think we're getting out of this one. Just too much happening against us. We get Moonlight Bargain and an island. Not terribly helpful. Over to Extus, Mana Crypt does the thing. Snare Tactician, Astral Drift. I think we are just not going to ever break through those defenses. Psychosis Crawl triggered. We lost life down to 18. They also won the flip on the Crypt again. Looks like a full attack, and this should be game. No, we're actually down to 2. Still don't think anything good is going to happen for us. They just have to cycle twice. Spell Pyre Phoenix coming down. There go, turn the Decree of Justice. To our turn, we will not dredge. Gear Reach Sanitarium. Sure, let's play it, I suppose. Unfortunately, we can't really cast the Moonlight Bargain. We could do Archaeomancer and get the Echoing Truth, but I think they'll just be tapping down our guys. I was hoping for either the Ring of Evil's Isle or Swifty Boots or Lightning Greaves onto Skitherix, but I just don't think it's happening. Let's go Blackblade Reforged. Archaeomancer. We'll get back the Echoing Truth. Let's go ahead and try to bounce the Astral Drift. They're probably going to respond and blink our guys out of existence. Yep, here it comes. Dranath Healer being cycled. They're going to blink Olag and Skitherix. That's a sadness. Sorry, tap and blink. My mistake. Flourishing Fox to the Exile Zone. I imagine they'll just cast it. Yep. And Astral Drift goes away for a second. Let's go ahead and play the Whispering Spectre. And just pass it off. Astral Drift will trigger. We get Ludevic back. Unfortunately, it's not Olag. We get to mill a card. It's Ice Tunnel. Over to Extus' turn. Mana Crypt. They have won every flip this game. Let's see if they can get nabbed. They do not, and we lose a life. Extus to the attacks. We're only at 1 life, so we'll just take it. No need to sacrifice our critters. And that's game. Good game to our opponents. I wish Narfi had stayed around a while. It always helps against Extus and just really any opponent to have somebody else there to take some hits for you. I guess we'll go ahead and give it to the Extus player. I do like the deck itself, even if it has become somewhat frustrating to play against. And there it is, 4 to the winner, 1 to us, and 1 into Narfi. Let's go ahead and take a look at the deck and discuss some obvious pitfalls. Alright, here is the deck. So one obvious pitfall is in its Tron-like strategy. It has the Tron-like weaknesses of being tapped down or otherwise targeted. While we did have protection with Prognostic Sphinx as Olag, we just, it got tapped down in the process of being hexproofed, so it didn't really matter. And we just didn't draw any removal that was strictly you're dead. Raven Form would have been good, Resculpt would have been good. Just Pongify to keep it off the battlefield for a longer period of time. We just didn't get the removal. Unfortunately, we also didn't get the protection. While it does have hexproof built in, it's not as good as, say, Nightvale Predator, where we don't have to tap it. We also didn't get the Ring of Zothrid. We also didn't get the Lightning Greaves. However, the deck did do more or less what it was designed to do, which was get some creatures in the graveyard, make one bigger creature, and go to town with it. And stuff like Night Howler and Blackblade Reforged help with that a lot. The Demonic Embrace is good because it can be recurred from the graveyard for an additional cost. And then we have Penman's Aura, which can potentially be a pump spell. It's not the best one ever, but you can deal extra damage with it. And that's it for this deck. I have to admit, it was kind of hard to build. This is kind of like a worse Mimoplasm, a worse Lazov. It's just kind of like a generally worse death cloning commander. And I don't know why you would necessarily pick this over something else unless you're going to do something like, I don't know, a Blightsteel Colossus and immediately whack on somebody. So I'm not entirely sure. This was a harder deck to build for sure. And it can work in probably a more casual environment. I just don't know it's better than, say, something like the Mimoplasm. In either case, if you do want to try to build this deck or saw something interesting in the video that you want to purchase for yourself in paper, please consider using the TCG Player affiliate link in the description below for any of your gaming needs. It helps out the channel, doesn't cost you anything extra to use. On to the next video series, looking at a lot of interesting stuff coming out in Crimson Vow, see if we can't get our hands on any of those goodies. Until the next time though, stay safe out there.